Jake, Jordan,
What?
and Chris.
Okay, and surprise guests. Every couple weeks we have surprise guests. Speaking of which, introduce yourselves. We have Sal and Kevin of the, I think, world famous Omnibuses Cafe Facebook group. Arguably the largest and only still active Facebook group, I feel like, for comic books, you know, that didn't fizzle out or get closed randomly by their owner. So guys, introduce yourself. Tell everybody, all 9 of us who are watching, who you
All
guys
9
are.
of us. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Sal from the Omnibuses Cafe. It is a pleasure to be on here with these 3 fine gentlemen and Kevin. Happy to have,
I just laughed. I thought that was funny.
Okay. This should be a really good time. I'm looking forward for these weekly releases. And yeah, thank you for the invite, guys.
Of course.
Thank you for being here.
Nice.
Kevin, you can introduce yourself too if you have any words of wisdom, or if you want to burn Sal back.
I'll tell you that I have 0 words of wisdom. My name's Kevin. I'm one of the admins for the Omnibuses Cafe. Yeah, excited to be here. Excited to see y'all. Most of us know each other, but yeah, just really excited to spend some time and talk about some books.
Something that I like about your group, as opposed to other Facebook groups that will remain nameless, is your group has always been positive, which is what I like. In the world that we live in, like there's so much. It's so much. I'm not saying names. I just said there's so much hate in some comic book communities, and your community has always stayed extremely positive.
Focus on the
Appreciate
core.
that. Thank you. That's what we try to do. We want to stay up, positive, accept everyone, their opinions, because we all love comics. We all love.
I see James Abel.
We all love it. Oh, we
Shout
got
out to James.
James, what's going on? Oh, is that a link to the Omnibuses Cafe?
Yes, it is.
So,
Yes.
James, you're number 1.
James is the godsend of links. You ask for it, he'll find it somehow.
Hey guys, happy New Year.
So,
you too,
What's
Matt.
up, Matt?
Gutter mutants.
Apparently, okay. So I say gutter mutants. Have you guys heard? I'm not a big X-Men fan. I don't know if you guys are big X-Men fans, but apparently I'm not supposed to call the Morlocks gutter mutants. That apparently
you're supposed to call them Morlocks, but
today's society you have to call them Morlocks. But I've always affectionately called them the gutter mutants.
Yeah, gutter mutants, mutant scum. Like that's kind of like
scum? That's what everyone calls them.
We don't say that.
Living in sewers.
Modern day Jake likes to say uppity mutants, but that's completely different kind of.
Nothing better than Balga and the Brave and the Boys and the Omnibuses Cafe.
That's right.
And then we'll see if there's anything to show off. Do you guys have any? Has anyone hauled any books this week? Any new releases?
Oh, not new releases, but I did.
Or not new. If there's anything new that you got this week that you want to show off, we would love to see it.
Yes, and anything to make people want to spend more money.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, not a new release. One of my favorite writers, and I know Kevin will agree on this. I think we have a mutual agreement on this guy. Absolutely love him. Met him. Super nice guy. And this is Paper Girls.
Wow.
Hey.
I'm wondering, why do I have this now? Why haven't I had it before? I love, even though sometimes I do sell them, signed books. I don't know why. I just like having it, and this happens to be from the whole creative team.
Nice.
And of course,
That's awesome.
I actually had my absolute Wonder Woman doodle in it. He does this whenever you meet him. He's gonna doodle in it. But I bought this on eBay, this whole set, and it's only volume 1. But I do not care if there's ever a time they're around on the East Coast or just near New York. I'm gonna make sure these 2.
So, do you have any preference? Like, does it matter to you if it was signed beforehand or if it was signed like with you in front of you? Like, does it matter to you, or is it like you're just happy to get the signature?
This came with a signature. It was beforehand. I do not mind at all.
I feel like as long as it's not random, yeah, it's like Jerry. Here you go. And that's not your name.
I mean, I want it to be me. It needs to say Sal.
Yeah,
you can just put your name, just etch your name in there at that point.
Yeah,
It's
across,
personalized by you.
I'm a huge Brian K. Vaughan fan, and you can't see it, but my Ex Machina, Why the Last Man sagas down here. I'm actually shocked that I haven't read Paper Girls yet. I need to get on that.
I haven't read it either.
You know what, Sal? Congrats buying those. That was actually the first comic I bought for my girlfriend. So she got all 3 of the deluxe editions as well. I have not read it, but she says it's a great story, so I need to jump out at that point.
Did you also get her a signed edition, or do you not love her enough?
I guess I don't love her. If that's the case, I mean,
Hope she's not
He loves
watching.
you more, Jake. He loves you
Oh,
more.
she does not watch Jordan's content. If it's a solo Jake video, she'll be the first one there. Also, in case you guys see people talking about crowbarring me, that's a sign of affection. It's like a crowbar of endearment. Like the joke is that I was someone's Jason Todd. So I got some books to show off.
He calls it in terms of endearment. That's called self-delusion, actually. It's a clinical term.
So I got X-Force.
Classic.
I don't know what makes the X-Force different from the X-Men or the New Mutants or
They're more
any of them.
extreme.
well,
Yeah, I was about to say that.
These are like the 90s mutants. I see some pouches and some ripped dudes, and I see Cable.
Little feet.
You know who's famous for pouches?
little feet,
You know
yeah.
who?
Is this where Deadpool shows up for the first time? Is it this book?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I've always longed for the key appearance. Now, I got to say, this is not the cover I lusted over last week, and this is Jordan's book, but he got Savage Sword Volume 3. I feel like there was a delay with the DM cover because I don't think those have shipped out yet, but this cover, he just looks like Zach Galifianakis. Not Zach Galifianakis, sorry. Zach Efron
What?
after all the plastic
I was about to
surgery.
say, that's a different Zeph Galvanakis than I know.
Yeah.
Very different.
And then I've never read any in this series before, but I thought Volume 3 was where I should jump in. But I got Micronauts Volume 3. I can't tell you one character's name on here. I feel
Jake,
like
yes, you can. You just make up the names. You can.
I
Tell
just
all
make
those
up the names and I'd probably be right.
just like the X-Men.
And then lastly, I gave a paperback box set of Scott Pilgrim versus the World to Jordan's girlfriend. So to show her where her place is, I got Jordan the deluxe color set of Scott Pilgrim versus the World as his Christmas
I'm in
gift.
the black.
But his Christmas gift to me was the Kickstarter of Bone, which doesn't come out for months. And I feel like I need to hold on to this until I get my Bone Kickstarter, right?
No,
makes sense, right?
absolutely not. That's not in the spirit of giving, bud.
Might be a year plus away from you getting your Christmas gift. So it'll be 2 Christmases.
The Kickstarter said fulfillment in spring of 2025.
Oh,
So
and
he-
the
have you-
Kickstarter's never been late.
Yeah, I was about to say, have you done Kickstarters before?
Only like 2.
Yeah.
This is the name of Glob Herman. So there's a game they like to play because I'm so X-Men illiterate called Real or Fake X-Men, where they give me 2 real X-Men members that are obscure and 1 fake X-Men character. And I have to try to guess who the fake character is. And wouldn't you believe Glob Herman is a real X-Men character? So, and then Uncle Chunt showing off his new releases. He got JMS and Fraction, Thor Omnis, Tomasi Green Lantern Corps. Was that just Volume 1? And Superman Omnis, Danny Ketch Omni Volume 1. Which I'm assuming Ghost Rider and Hickman Avengers 1 and 2. Do your A's line up. Let us know in the chat if your A's line up.
That's going to be
That
some
was-
good reading right there. Those are some solid books.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
How much cooler
Is
would it have
it-
been though if the Ghost Rider Omni glowed in the dark? Glue in the
I
dark?
wish.
That's-
I
I
so,
so
wish,
wish
it would glow in the
that.
dark.
Yeah.
Oh
did
my
you-
god, James, that is sick. But I also feel them. Have you guys seen? I should pull up what the cover of the standard cover is, so you guys can get the context of that. So
This is for Volume 3.
Yeah, Savage Sword
Savage.
Volume.
What is best
3.
in life, guys? What is best in life?
This cover of Volume 3, where is it? Titan Omnibus. It was.
Oh, I just saw it.
It's a little
Here we go.
spicy.
That
Oh,
is
pull it
a
up.
bit spice.
It's definitely a Conan. If
Yeah,
it has
here,
some
let me-
spice.
You pulling it up, Jake?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm so slow when I have like 6 screens open. Oh my god, this is not even worth it. Okay, present, share screen, window. Here we go. This is the cover I wanted. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me who in their right mind is picking this cover over
Not you. Not you, obviously.
Jake,
But
I
yeah.
think I prefer the cover you picked for me. Thanks, man. You know what my tastes are.
Shout out to Labruski and
Hey,
our
what's up,
friend Kenneth. And that is, it's Uncle Chun's haul was great. Yeah, I feel like my haul is so random because, like, yeah, I don't think I'm the Micronauts expert on YouTube, you know?
Is it time for me to show my haul?
Mm-hmm.
So I have like 4 books on hand. I will start with the largest one then. So let's go with. We got Parker, the Martini Edition, Last Call. This is volume 2 of Parker. So this oversized.
I have his
book is
volume
gonna
1
be-
over in the corner of my room too.
He's holding it hostage. He won't let it go.
He wants that bone.
Written and Chris phrasing. Written and drawn by Darwin Cook, so I'm extremely excited.
Actually, there's a story written by Ed Brubaker in that too, so you can't minimize Ed Brubaker's contribution.
Brubaker is king.
With help from Brewbreaker. Thank you so much, Jake.
With help? Excuse me?
Help.
With help.
He wrote his own story. It was like a homage to his friend that died.
Jake, I can't put myself back at big screen. Thank you. Second book, The Golden Age, Batman Omnibus Volume 1.
I've never committed. I'm married and I've never committed to anything like that.
This is a
10
true
volumes you got to go
commitment
down.
of 10 volumes. Conan's 9, and I'm collecting those. So, new start to a collection. I will let you know when I lose my sanity reading this.
Hold on.
You just did.
To find the Martini edition, volume 1 is out of print, but the volume 2 is available at Organic Price Books. Use code Braveboys. Nice little segue right there.
Or you could join the Omnibuds Cafe and see if someone's selling it there.
There we go. Buy or sell used books, and you're not going to get scammed.
Speaking of sales, since you showed the Batman Golden Age 1, one of our members is selling. I can visualize the picture, but it's like the first 6 or 7 volumes of Golden Age Batman. So
do it live on air.
Yeah, how much is it? $1? $1. It'll go quick.
I think they're going like $100 a pop.
Okay,
that's fair.
Sounds about right. And then, all right, are we ready for my 3 and 4? I'll do them super quick.
Yes. Okay.
3.
Ooh.
Amazing Spider-Man Volume 5. My preferred cover between the two, which I think this was the DM.
He likes his wet T-shirt, Spider-Man.
And then this one's to rub salt in the wound to Jake. My last one, the Held Hostage book, Death of Wolverine.
Yes.
This is the trade book, so I have to give Jake this in order to get the 4 books he's holding hostage of mine.
All I know is that the one time JP ships him one of my books, it never shows up at my house. And he's been over multiple times, and he keeps forgetting to bring my Death of Wolverine book. So I just said I'd feel safer if we do like a hostage exchange where when he brings my Death of Wolverine over, then he gets his like 7 books that are here. But you know what?
You call it a hostage. Why did you call it a divorced parents exchange of their kids? You know?
Yeah, I get his Parker Martini edition on the weekends, every 3rd weekend.
So I also got Death of Wolverine, which I'm super excited for because I read the first part of that series and then the event, but there's that whole 3 months to live or 3 months to die that I've never read. And then I also no one's shown this one off, but Murder Fugitive. I'm super excited about this because for me, Batman is post-crisis, and all this New 52 and Rebirth and these relaunches, like post-crisis Batman is the story. You can't see it, but it's right over here. I got all the
and look in the eyes of Golden Age Batman while you say that.
with the purple gloves.
You're dead to me, Golden Age.
My gripe with that book is, so about a year ago, me and Jordan went to a comic convention, and there was this booth selling really cool comic book T-shirts, and they had a shirt that was the Murderer Fugitive, like Batman caught with like the floodlight, like the famous image. And I was like, dude, in a year, Murderer Fugitive's coming out in Omnibus. I'll buy that shirt and save it and wear it when I do my overview of that book. And then come time to film, I looked every inch of my house and I couldn't find the shirt. I was so pissed. So I've never worn the shirt because I waited to wear it for this overview and I've never found it since. Maybe I never bought it.
That's much better than you putting the shirt on, wearing it for an entire year,
Yeah, and then
just
losing
to
it.
show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jordan, have you decided if you're getting it, or are you going to spit in the face of Sonny, who gave you the Eagle Moss Deluxe editions?
Well, do you have it?
I have both, but I didn't pay for mine.
What if I don't pay for mine?
Okay. Hot take: Wolverine is overrated. Bold, but if shouts out to Stephen Ellis. We do see Facebook comments. He is another mod, right? Also, sweetest
Yes, he
guy.
is.
Literally, if ever I'm having a blue day, I'm like, let me chat Steven for 5 seconds
Yep.
and then spend 30 minutes reading the compliments he sends about me as a person. Like,
Aw.
he is the most like kind person in the world. So shouts out to Steven.
Kinder
is,
than your wife?
They're different. My wife makes me feel bad about my choices, and Steven makes me feel like every choice I've ever made was the right one that I was destined to make.
He's awesome. That's why I had to have him in the team. He's a great guy.
Right? Okay, so I read the first issue of Absolute Superman, and I have to say, of the 3 Absolute lines, it's the least inspiring. It's not bad by any means, but it's just comparatively to Wonder Woman and Batman, I just don't think it holds a candle to them.
I really like the Wonder Woman issue 1 and 2. I thought were great, and I'm excited for number 3.
Which already came out. You didn't get it?
I haven't picked it up yet. I haven't
You
gone to my
fell
local
off
comic book shop.
Absolute Wonder Woman?
I have it on my pull list. They hold it for over a month.
Jake, I appreciate
You're
you.
fine.
Jordan, keep being stellar too. And Chris, go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
That was the subtext there.
That's how I read that.
That's how we all read it. And then the Omni Bros live show yesterday, which I didn't get an invite to, praised me for reading all Silver Age Spider-Man for 5 minutes. Wait, you read it all in 5 minutes, or they praised you for 5 minutes, or you read it for 5 minutes and then gave up? Because that would have been me.
That sounds right. Don't you have the Spider-Man Tations?
I do, but the Tations are there just for the art.
Love that Steve Ditko art.
I have one last haul to show off. Not to show off because it's being in use, but I opened up my organic price books box yesterday, and there was a secondary box inside, and I opened it up, and JP got me a Christmas gift. I told him he's really into sous videing meat, and I said, "Wow, that's so cool! I've always wanted one." He bought me a dope meat sous vide, and I'm currently cooking ribeye right now. So
It's funny you mention that because JP didn't get me anything for Christmas.
I called my boss of my actual job, and I go, "Hey, I don't want you to feel threatened that my other manager got me this great Christmas gift. It's not a contest. You don't need to feel threatened." No, I think Golden Age and Silver Age are good if you read one issue at a time, how they were meant to be read, but they're not.
Yes.
They're hard to binge. You know what I mean?
Slowly
Like,
digest them.
it's discouraging to get through one issue in 20 minutes versus a modern comic. You can read a whole omnibus in a day.
Dude, reading issues of Silver Age Daredevil is rough at times.
Yeah. It's not fun.
Jake has all the overcompensating side. Yeah. Tations, the artist Batman Year One, all the books because I'm a little man.
Every absolute ever, which is wild.
Except for the ones that haven't released. He doesn't have those, so he's not fully complete yet.
I'm missing Transmetropolitan 3. That's getting reprinted.
And Death and Return of Superman and Red Sun and
okay, well,
and
yeah,
Mr.
the ones that have
Miracle.
never been released.
I know, but
You
so
have
you're not
All-Star
complete
Batman?
yet. Yeah, you're not complete yet.
I
so
have
you can't
All-Star
say it.
Batman and Robin, the Boy Wonder. I have the shitty absolutes like Danger Girl, which I hope never gets reprinted. I have
favorite
Superman
Ronin?
for Tomorrow. I have Absolute Wildcats.
Scarlet.
I have
Yep.
Scarlet, but actually Scarlet's art looks pretty cool because I like the Daredevil run they did together.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, the Black
the Black
Document, what's it called?
Dossier, which is all just
Black
naked
Dossier.
pictures and text, which is
Yep.
the companion to the first 2 absolutes. But
Jake
okay,
owns
so if you
quite
got
a
your amalgam Omni from Organic Price Books, we did get shorted like 50 copies, but if you haven't received an email that your order was canceled, you're good to go. We might be getting in a small secondary shipment, but nothing's confirmed yet. Basically, Lunar was just like, let's give all the copies to in-stock trades and, screw everybody else. So Target canceled orders, Amazon canceled orders.
Amazon doesn't have anything. They're not-
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
because I was like,
Mhm.
JP, overnight me the book, and he's like, just buy it on Amazon. And I went to buy it on Amazon, and it was sold out. If he hasn't shipped it out yet, it'll ship out Monday. There's just like, what's it called? I think it's called a frost or a freeze. There's some Texas freeze going on where it's going to go down to 20 degrees. So he didn't want to work tomorrow, and I think he should stay warm and safe.
Mhm.
As
Well,
he should.
It's been 10 degrees here in Minnesota, and we're still working, so I don't know what he's complaining
Oh my gosh! I will let him know. And then Alex trying to say he's built differently because he reads at 13 years of age, he reads Silver Age comics. You are built different, man. At Jordan, although the classic Omnis will amount to something like 33 Omnis. So you have 33 Omnis of Conan in your.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
You need to
I'm
be
ready
Conan
for
to lift
all
those all up at
33.
once.
And then our friend Max, the musician extraordinaire. And then Bunk, everyone go pick up the new Ram V and even Kegel New Gods comic. Issue 1 was one of the finest beginnings. I've heard that from you. I've heard that from Dom. It's just like I'm already buying too many single issues and can't keep up. It's just getting to the getting to the grocery store. Oh my god, getting to the comic book shop is hard for me because I sign so many autographs when I'm there and things like that.
Shut up.
I would agree with Bunk. It is a solid first issue.
Okay, guys. Well, it looks like we can start doing the PowerPoint. And then
What's coming out?
Let's see what's coming out. Share screen.
What's it gonna be?
Share screen.
I already have my pick for this week.
And it's
I
the
don't
first
think it's
one.
on our. I don't think it's on our slides though because of the price point.
Bunk speaks the truth. New Gods is stellar. And I've got a question. Do you guys think Stanley and Jack Kirby's run on Thor is hard to read? I have never read it, so someone else will have to answer.
I think I have not read it either, and I feel bad saying this. I think a lot, if not all, of Stanley's hard to read. The early Spider-Man, like it's history, and it's fantastic to have in your hands and see. But if you can kind of train yourself to not read every little line, right? You don't have to read every single thing, but just read enough to understand what's going on and understand the Ditko art, or whoever did Thor early on. I think that's the best way to read that stuff.
It is hard when it's like the panel is clearly Thor grabbing his hammer and Stanley goes, the enigmatic Thor grabs his hammer and wields it in the air. It's like, or you can just look at the picture of him grabbing. Alex, not everything is a contest between me and you. I'm sorry.
Actually, it is, and you keep
but
fighting that good fight.
I was gonna say, but if it was, Alex is 100% winning.
Okay. Up first, Captain America: The Complete Saga of Sam Wilson. That's got to be. Was that Alex Ross cover right there?
Yep.
It looks like it.
100% Alex Ross cover.
So, what is
Jake,
this about?
take it away.
Chris?
Tell us about us.
I want it in Chris's voice.
You want it in my voice? Okay. Sam Wilson wields the shield. When Steve Rogers is transformed into an old man, his most trusted ally, Sam, picks up the mantle as the new Captain America. But when Hydra infiltrates society, Sam and his partner, Nomad, are tested to their limits against Steve's rogues gallery, including Sin and Baron Blood. Then, Sam returns to the guise of the Falcon, taking Patriot under his wing as his protege. But they are on a collision course with the enemy way out of their weight class, Blackheart, demonic son of Mephisto, hashtag Mephisto confirmed. And when Armand Zola launches into a catastrophic attack on New York, Sam and a rejuvenated Steve both suit up as Captain America, one the symbol of truth, one the sentinel of liberty. Collecting Captain America 25, All New Captain America 1 through 6, Falcon 1 through 8, and Captain America 0.
Is this the lead up? Is this the first run of Sam as Cap?
Yes.
Prior to Hail Hydra?
Yes.
Evil Cap? Okay, so this is in the Omni, I believe, right? The Captain America by Spencer.
Yes. Yes, that's an Omni format. Yep.
So I'm excited to read this because when that story was going on, I was reading the main title and then I read the event, of course, but I didn't read the Sam Wilson stuff. So I'm really excited to dig into that omnibus.
Bunk saying out of the weight class. What weight class do we think Sam Wilson Cap is at? Welterweight, light heavyweight?
Welter. Easily.
Welter.
I mean, I'd read a comic of Captain America Sam Wilson fighting old man Captain America if old man Captain America still beat his ass. Like, just hit him with the cane.
He's got that old man strength that they say, right?
Right. That, yeah, give me, what's that? What was that Clint Eastwood movie? Not Gran Turismo. What was what was the Clint Eastwood movie where he's an old man? Oh, that's every Clint Eastwood movie.
I was about to say, you're not really helping yourself out there, Jake.
Where he has like the neighbors.
Unforgiven.
It's Gran Torino.
Oh,
Gran Torino. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking Gran Turismo. I want Gran Torino, but it's old man Cap.
I want Cap, but he's at Styx from Daredevil. I need him to be
I don't
like.
think he's ever blind, man. Okay, another DC's finest.
And Jake's a racist. Jake's racist.
What? Oh, where is this Jake slander coming from? I thought we were friends, Alex.
There you go, Jake Gran Torino.
You
got.
We're just gonna leave that
triple
comment up
confirmation.
there.
Yeah, just leave. Well, you're covering
Just leave-
Sal, though. Don't cover Sal the whole show.
Ah!
Here, can I rearrange the way these are at? Here, let me.
The way I was about to say, the way Sal's just a forehead at that point.
There we go.
There we
you know
go.
what? We'll give people what they want, and Jordan will be covered by that. That's much
No,
better.
just like all the thumbnails.
I know. He always gets Mike Wazowski. So this is what? This is Silver Age Aquaman. This isn't the Aquaman that we know, right? This isn't Arthur Curry.
This is
or
Jake's
it-
pick of the week.
Jake,
I
this
fell
is
off the
Aquaman
finest.
#1.
Has this turned into a cancel Jake stream? Hold on, I'll grab my pitchfork.
Yes, please cancel Jake.
Yeah.
I gotta message Steven for kind words. So I'm gonna drive through these. I thought he said some kind things about me. Where was he at? It's so far back. Oh, here we go. Jake, you gotta keep being yourself. We all struggle with the. That also feels like it's not positive about me. What am I struggling with? Have any of you guys picked up any of the DC Finest collections? Because they are beautiful collections.
No, but I do want to. They're the epic collections, right? For
Yeah.
DC.
For DC.
Mm-hmm.
And
Here's a
they're
plug
being-
for
they're
someone
committing to
that's
them.
not here. Go check out Dom of X if you want to see everything on the DC Finest collection because he's been doing a phenomenal job at putting out content for it. So check out Dom.
All right.
I need to
I
check
know.
out Dom of X. I've heard nothing but great things. I gotta subscribe.
Oh, I
I'm
can
gonna
tell
do
you
that.
some bad things, but mostly good things.
All good. All good. Steve Rogers with a bedpan shield and hand over the nursing home and Liberties and oh, good lord.
Well, I'm just happy that this is collecting Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane 12 because that was my worry about this Aquaman King of Atlantis was that it was gonna omit that pivotal issue.
Yeah, can't orphan that anymore. It's now collected.
No, yeah, that's what we've all been waiting for. Now the other side, this is kind of a cool cover. Marvel Modern Era Epic Collection, Guardians of the Galaxy, War of Kings. Okay, so who's that bald chick? I don't know that Guardian of the Galaxy character.
That's Mantis.
Mantis? She doesn't even look like a praying mantis.
And this is why they have me on the show.
Hashtag cancel Jake.
Chris fills in the gaps. So what is
Ew.
this collecting? What is this about? What do we like about this?
So this is basically the Guardians of the Galaxy in their time during the War of Kings event.
During this event. That's the one.
Sick.
I knew I had one of the war books. I had War of Kings, not War of the Realms. I definitely need War.
Is there
of
like a
the Realms.
definitive Guardians of the Galaxy run that like is if I want to start reading them that's like closest to what I like from the movies?
Bendis?
That would
Duggan.
be no.
Okay.
No.
No,
That's
So
why
many,
Chris is-
Absolutely
so
not.
many answers thrown out.
really? Why is that? I
I
thought
just
it definitely had that. Go ahead.
I just didn't care much for Bendis's take on it. I think
Not his tempo.
I've post Annihilation is my Guardians.
Okay. But Duggan's run, I did like it. It definitely had that comedic feel to the movie. Fair enough. Bendis, though, I tried it. I'm with you on it. I didn't really like it too much.
Now, Jordan, have you read the Bendis Guardian run, or were you just repeating what you heard online?
I've read the first 3 issues of the Bendis run.
That
Enough said.
sounds like a no.
Enough said.
Okay. This is sick. I didn't know this was coming out. I've been recently into artist editions. Paul Smith's Uncanny X-Men Artist Edition. Although the
looks
art
like I was
appeared...
wrong. It was Moondragon. I thought it was Mantis.
There we go. That's what I was saying. That's
weren't
why
saying
Chris is
anything.
on the show. That's why Chris is on the show, because he gets characters wrong.
Looked like Mantis at a time.
That's so offensive to Moondragon.
Jake, who's on the screen right now? Name the 2 characters.
That's Wolverine and...
You're halfway there.
According to Jake, it's the most overrated character in X-Men.
Yeah.
That's Moondragon?
That would be Rogue. That would be
I thought
Rogue.
I thought the most overrated character in X-Men was Scott Summers.
Well, he's always wrong, so there's a difference.
Yeah, but we love him anyways. So
No, we don't.
This is going to be 12 by 17 inches, printed at 100% size. Do you guys have? Do any of you guys own an artist edition? Because they are truly a treasure. I always said I wouldn't own them until Batman Year One came out, and I think the 3 of us on the show do own it.
Yes.
And it's like once you get one, it just snowballs, and you're like, well, maybe I want this one. It's the fact that the art is the size that they drew it on. Like it's like they came over and showed you the original art pages. But yeah, this looks cool.
Very cool.
Okay, now this one is a sick cover. Star Wars Legends: The Empire Omnibus Volume 3. So, if we're gonna see Darth Vader and Boba Fett fight, that's rad, and sign me up.
Yeah, so I will read it because I know you enjoy the Darth Vader. So, Darth Vader and Boba Fett, enemies and allies. The Empire rules the galaxy, but Vader schemes for even greater power and strikes a deal with a deadly bounty hunter that will have unexpected consequences for them both. But Boba Fett is more than a means to an end. Whether becoming an enemy of the Empire, being framed for murder, or dealing with the sins of the past, every mission will be dealt with on his own terms. Meet Starkiller, Vader's secret apprentice. Young Leia Organa joins her father in the formation of the rebellion. And crime lord Jabba the Hutt deals with bartering, backstabbing, betrayal, and Han Solo. And the next slide will tell you the immense amount of issues that this is collecting.
And we'll just leave it up there for you to see.
Yeah.
Dude, I never knew they did Starkiller in comics. That's crazy. I played that game a lot. Like it's the same thing from Force Unleashed, but in a comic book format, or like it's the same
Not
character,
necessarily.
Starkiller.
Okay. I don't know necessarily.
Chat, let us know. Did anyone play the Force Unleashed video game with Starkiller? His apprentice?
Yeah, there we go. Force Unleashed. There we go. So yes, it is.
There we go.
Yep.
Looks like we lost Jordan for a sec.
You know, if there's one character from Star Wars video games that needs to become canon, it's Dash Rendar. Dash Rendar.
Who's Dash Rendar?
Yeah. Someone know. Chris, do you know what I'm talking about?
He's in my mind. I wish I could.
Is that the Jedi Apprentice games?
I gotta pull up a picture.
No, this was on Nintendo 64, and the game was called
Shadows of the Empire. Yeah,
Shadows of the Empire. He's basically a Han Solo copy. But I'd love to see him on the big screen.
Would be.
So yeah, everyone in the chat, if we got a lot of Dash Rendar stands, give him some support.
Yeah, let me know if I'm the only idiot that wants Dash on screen.
No, I would take that or Kyle from the Catan from the Jedi Knight series.
I tried playing the first Jedi Knight game, and I was supposed to take an elevator, and the elevator just kept killing me because I didn't know how to take the elevator properly, and I never got past the opening level in Jedi Knight 2. So that's my embarrassing omission. I have this coming to me, and I did say I swore off out of continuity Star Wars. But you know what? I never followed through with what I say. Hashtag Jake lacks integrity.
And lies.
And lies to the viewers. The worst lies of all. This is fun. Stormwatch Compendium. Do you guys know what this is missing though? What is the big thing this is omitting?
Aliens.
The Aliens crossover. Sure. Which is so needed, because if you just jump straight into Authority, they'll be like, yeah, the whole previous team died, and you're like, how? And they're not allowed to say.
Aliens.
Sucks.
Yeah, Ridley Scott killed him himself. Also, can we talk about how much that looks like Grant Morrison in the background?
Holy shit! Yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
it does look like them.
Honestly, I love Apollo and Midnighter though. I'd read anything that they're in together. They're like one of my favorite couples in comics, I think. Honestly, just Midnighter. Midnighter's like Batman, but like a little bit cooler.
Whoa.
You guys,
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
That's a big
That's
statement.
fired.
wouldn't Midnighter beat Batman in a
Jake.
fight? Am I crazy for thinking Midnighter would beat Batman in a fight? No. Okay. Isn't his whole thing that he can't lose to a fight because he has like he knows every move of every opponent? Okay. I'll get off this hill.
Uncle's got a statement.
Surprised with how little DC Omnis there are for Justice League and Superman. Morrison's JLA, New 52 Volume 1 and 2, and that's pretty much it. Where's the runs after JLA Morrison? Hope the triangle era continues. Yeah, there is a embarrassing lack of Superman omnibuses out there. There's what, like 4 modern ones? Sweet, more things to cancel Jake over.
Absolutely.
I would say embarrassing amount of omnibuses. Like they've kind of always danced around printing things, or they'll announce something and it gets canceled, but then they'll throw it out in compendium format, which I have personal feelings on.
Are you a compendium hater? I get these. I get comments. I get comments on my videos because I actually think compendiums are a phenomenal value. Like when I first started out, I wanted to read what was the Netflix show with the deer boy?
Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth. Yeah, I wanted to read Sweet Tooth. and I couldn't afford the deluxe edition, so I bought the compendium, and it was a great value. But some people go, the second I put my compendium on the bookshelf, it turned into dust, like at the end of Endgame. Like people act like they sneeze at their compendium and it like shatters. But I've literally never had one break on me.
Does the compendium have the sequel, the spin-off for Sweet Tooth? Just curious.
I think it collects all of Sweet Tooth.
Okay. And the spin. Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah, actually, no. I think it ends with. I think it's. Let's look it up.
It's just the main series.
I think it's just the main series.
Okay. That would have been.
Literally. Let me see.
You know, it's a more way for them to make money to reissue it and include it. So I wouldn't put it past them.
True that. That is DC.
Yeah.
The expanded edition.
And yes, Matt Cato, you are exactly right. Jake thinks all bald men look alike. That is true.
No, bald days. I'm looking at the table of contents, and it doesn't give me a clear thing of what it collects, but it ends on Home Sweet Home. I don't remember it having the spinoff. Yeah,
I agree with.
It was a fun read, though.
Yeah, it is. I agree with them. Definitely, they are sweet. They're handy, and yeah, it is like Hoopla. But it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, if you just want the story, a compendium's an easy way. No frills, to story, and move on.
But sometimes, let's look at Superman War World. Everyone was like, should have been an Omni. They made a compendium. It probably sold very well. And then less than a year later, we're getting the omnibus. So
no, they just made a mistake. It's DC.
Okay. Hey, as long as they don't spell compendium wrong like they did on the Kyle Rayner compendium, I'm happy. Is there any group that Jake doesn't actively hate or believe he is better than? I am so humble. But no. Okay. Moving on.
He thinks he's better than his own Discord, and he runs it.
Which cover do we like for New Avengers? I think I like this. I think I like the standard cover.
I like the standard as well. I love the thunderstorm in the back and the red.
Yeah. So what makes these Avengers new?
So I'm gonna if you didn't
go for it.
order this, you have to order this. And
no,
I know
it's shipping. It's shipping to me, and I don't know a single thing about it.
So without going into a 2-hour diatribe about how comics ended up in the 90s and how Joe Quesada saved Marvel Comics by bringing in people.
No, I'm down. Let's make that.
The Avengers kind of sucked. They were boring. Jeff Johns had a tiny little run before he was Jeff Johns, but then Bendis comes on and does a story which is included in here called Avengers Disassembled, which is immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
Breaks up the Avengers. There's some, I'm not going to spoil it. Some crazy stuff happens. It's really impactful to kind of everyone personally. And then after that, there's a few stories that happen in the middle of Avengers Disassembled and the start of New Avengers. But New Avengers is basically Captain America, Iron Man, and then you bring in Wolverine, who someone said is overrated. They're wrong. And Spider-Man, and then Jessica Drew's in there. There's a few other people in there. I think Luke Cage is in there. But like, to me, this is a top 5 all-time comic book run. Bendis's New Avengers is amazing.
It led to a lot of good spin-offs too, because you had Mighty Avengers, you had Secret Avengers. They basically became kind of the X-Men after a while.
Yeah.
Was that what
and during this run, you had House of M happens, you know, after maybe a few trades worth of this story, and then Civil War happens, and then I know everyone's kind of clamoring for a volume 2 of this, which it's called volume 1. So the assumption is maybe Marvel will give that to us.
Well, it is Marvel and not DC. So it's
volume 2 really is the Secret Invasion omnibus.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's a lot missed in there.
So what cover do you think is the definitive cover for it? Okay, that Captain America looks rough.
I would say the Lightning one is, because I think that's the cover to the Breakout, which is the first trade paperback. That's the cover to the Breakout trade paperback. I think it just looks really cool.
Yeah, that was covered to issue number 1 of it, I believe. But I went with the DM just because I like a lot of the colors. I mean,
Captain
I'm a
America
sucker
looks
for
like
some good coloring.
Pop if you poked him with a pin.
Hey, doesn't beat Rob Liefeld's Captain America chesticles.
So moving on, X-Men Decimation. There's so many Marvel Omnis this week. Talk to me about this one, guys.
So this is post House of M. Collects a little bit of a little bit of double dipping. If you have the House of M omnibus, it kind of double dips a little bit. But basically, this is the aftermath of House of M, and there's, like I said, double dipping with House of M omnibus. There's double dipping with Prelude to the War of Kings. Double dipping with X Factor by Peter David. So this is kind of a hodgepodge of what happens in the world after Wanda utters her 3 famous words.
Yeah, and it's a weird collection. I think when Omar announced this, I was like, yes, that's fantastic. But it's just, I feel like they collected. It was a weird choice.
Yeah. I definitely passed on this one just because it's like, I remember I've got what I need out of with House of M and then Prelude to the War of the Kings. And I was like, yep, I'm good. I'm good enough. It started off on a interesting note, and then it just kind of meandered because they just didn't know what to do with themselves.
Yeah. Do you have the content slide?
Yep. Next one.
That cover is sick.
Yeah,
more New Avengers. So really the important part of this book is the day after story, and then 177 through 179. And then like New X-Men, I mean, personally, who cares? X-Fact, like it's a weird collection. I thought they could have done a lot better here.
Damn. Do you remember that we are trying to sell these books? No, we're just kidding. The point of this show is to tell you what is good and what's not good, because your dollars are precious. Yes.
So I'm an X-Men guy. I mean, you can't see it, but I got my X-Men's probably my biggest collection. Mm-hmm. This was a skip for me.
Yep.
Nice.
Same. I'm like you. I'm an X-Men fan, but this is one I've got the key issues that I need, and the rest of it I've got Marvel Limited for that if I really want it.
If I don't have those other books that you guys mentioned, is this good on its own, do you think, or is it still funky?
It's funky because if you don't have House of M,
I gotta go cancel my order. I'll be right back. I gotta go cancel my order.
It's almost like it's stuff that didn't fit at the end of the House of M book, because I think that Omni's pretty big.
It is, and I really got upset with the whole thing of the compendium of House of M, and that was another throwaway, I thought. And like, there's more stuff that happened happened before. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be after House of M that was in that compendium. It's like, why are we throwing this stuff in there?
I will say though, like, I've been negative when Marvel prints X-Men omnibuses. that makes me happy. Hopefully, this kind of leads us into some Messiah era prints, right? Because it's kind of getting close.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, that was such a good event. I loved it a lot.
Yeah,
Really good. And not for nothing, this cover, I love it. Ribic, he can fucking draw.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I have this thing where whenever I ask for the cover that I think is cooler, JP sends me the other cover. And I don't know if he's trolling me at this point or if it's just like, obviously I don't matter. If
JP asks me, and then I just say, always do the opposite of what Jake wants. He always makes sure to check with me first.
One time I tested it and I said, I actually don't want this cover. And he's like, cool. And that's what I got. I still got it. So I have a feeling I will be getting the one with what are those, a bunch of sentinels in robes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that Silvestri?
No, that's not. No way.
It is.
No.
I do like that cover though.
Yeah.
Chat, let us know. Does anyone know who drew this cover?
Yeah, that was the cover for the day after trade paperback, I believe.
That's not his. That's not. No.
My day after.
Okay. And is that it? Wow.
Yep.
What a not crazy week. We did last week. I felt like what was the last week? We had like it was Omnigeddon. It felt like.
Yeah, a little bit.
So I guess I have to ask you guys. Our first most important question is: of these releases this week, which one are you guys most looking forward to? We'll go through.
That's our guess. What do you, Sal?
Yeah.
What you looking forward to?
For me, I would like to check out this DC Finest Aquaman because they said this is when he, and what is it? He starts. He's the ruler of Atlantis. I guess this is where it all started. I would love to read this and check it out. But more importantly, I read this back when it came out singles, New Avengers. It is damn good. I liked it a lot, especially when it tied in with Civil War and Secret Invasion, even though it was a really big surprise exactly who was the Secret Skrull. But nonetheless, really good run. Highly recommended. I hope if there was any missing content in the original printing that they added in, hopefully. Yeah, so that's definitely for me. What about you guys?
What you got this week, Kevin?
So I'm gonna agree with Sal. I own that one already. I actually bought it. I hate buying over cover, but I think I spent $200 to get it because it was just super out of print. Got it.
Was it
But
worth
I
it
think
though, or was it worth it?
I think it's. I mean, it's like I said, it's top 5 all-time run. I think I'm excited for that one just because I'm excited for more people to own it and read it, and just watch some more reviews on it and kind of refresh myself because it's just a solid run, and I think people are going to be really happy to own it in omnibus format.
And Jordan and Chris, what are you guys looking forward to this week?
I will go with New Avengers just to finally have it. It's one of those that had been out there for a while, never got a chance to grab it, was never going to pay over cover, so finally just to have it, just to start building that part of my Avengers side, just because I think still for me it begins and ends with Perez and Busick, but this definitely brought on a new era for Avengers for me.
I was looking at to try to answer that question. It looks like I don't see Old Republic anytime soon. But you could always go to Dom of X's amazing website, which we use at both Organic Price Books and on this show, comicreleases.com. And that's where we usually go for the up-to-date information. And then we got my favorite Aquaman is late 80s and 90s. And then Matt Hawk saying, gotta roll. Nice to meet Sal and Kevin. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. And then here's the link to comic releases. So this was a jam-packed week. Next week we have one Marvel omnibus, which should be a little bit of a shorter week.
What is it?
Road to Onslaught.
Another Chris. I don't know. Like I feel like we're on the same page. That was another skip for me.
I got it because that's the era when I started. I have to complete that era. So
I've been reading the Onslaught Omnibus for probably the second time for like the last 2 months. It's just a slog to get through. Like to me,
Yeah.
after Fatal Attractions, it downward slope.
not necessarily wrong. Wasn't the high era.
So I guess while we have a little bit of time left, is there anything you guys want to plug about your Facebook group, your cafe? Like, this is your time to shine. We have 39 people watching. What do you want them to know about the Omnibuds Cafe community?
Oh, well, let me tell you this. Regardless if you collect singles, collected editions, graphic novels, manga, whatever it may be, we are a community. We love discussing comics. We are a buy-sell trade group for collected editions, but nonetheless, we talk about other hobbies such as like video games, films, and so on. And I think what gives us the edge over other groups is that, like Jake said earlier, we're definitely positive. And yeah, I mean, I could say so much. I feel like that's the gist of it. Yeah.
And I am a member, so I can attest to that. We got Next Imaginaut saying, for my piece of OPB promotion today, I'm actually waiting on not one, but 2 OPB boxes today. Wow, Christmas came late, which both shipped out lightning fast in under a week, unlike it could be in stock.com and pay for shipping graphicnovels.com. Sorry, I misread those names. I'm just kidding. No, this is a small community. As long as you're buying comics, that's okay. We got to keep supporting them no matter where you get them. And I'm happy your books shipped quickly. Do you guys have any
collector, guys? He's a fellow collector. Got to support.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I always love his image because that looks like clearly Omar wearing the Omni dog mask. So that's an iconic photo, I feel like. So yeah, do you guys have any exciting news or any events going up in your Facebook group? Anything people should be on the lookout for? Is there like any new shows coming out soon?
We've got a lot of news coming out here pretty soon. We're currently doing a little contest to design a new logo for us. We've had the same logo, Sal, I think since 2016, 17. So new logo, maybe some coffee cups available, which I'm enjoying right now,
and so much more. We're going to be. Awesome. Last year we did. Omnibuds presents YouTuber of the month, but we're going to change that. We're going to do creators, and it might not be for a month. It might be for a few weeks or so. And we have someone lined up already, John, who created Drumsticks of Doom. What if not the Beatles was the greatest band of all time, but instead it was Black Sabbath? And it gets crazy. Hell takes over. Really fun stuff. If you are a metalhead at all, read this. So yeah, we have mugs, some more things coming out, and I might begin what I'll just say Omnibuds Cafe TV, where we're going to find some hosts who are going to have a live video chat in the group, and members can join in and talk. Make it fun.
That's awesome. We have a question from Reaper before we go. Does everyone have a favorite artist at the Big Two? Currently, favorite current artist of the Big Two?
Capella, but he's my favorite artist, and he is drawing for the Big Two.
He's hard to beat. I have been really so. I have 2. But Dan Mora for like regular capes and cowls stuff, I just feel like his output is insane. Like the amount of whenever he's working with Mark Waid, it's an insta buy for me. And then if it's something more like adult or like out of continuity, I think Mitch Garrad's art is unbelievable. So things like Riddler One Bad Day, Strange Adventures, Mr. Miracle, which is getting an absolute this month. His art is just like nothing else I've seen. And then non-Big Two, I think Gary Frank is crushing it at Ghost Machine. Anyone else have an answer?
I'd go with Dan Mora. Dan Mora would definitely be, just has that, modern, but also brings up the kind of that timeless look of the heroes for the DC side. So, but yeah, that I would say Dan Mora is probably it for me right now, for at least
And
the
then
big two.
Logan asking, you guys are only on Facebook, right? There's like you're on Instagram as well, but not Discord, right?
No Discord right now. Most of the admins are old people like me, and I don't know what all these new things are. We're always exploring new ways to help the community have conversations and good discussions, but not on Discord right now. But Logan, I will say that we have a lot of people that created Facebook accounts just to join the group. So happy to have you if that's what you choose to do.
Yes, Facebook I feel like is an AI hellscape right now, but you guys are a lone oasis in the ocean of hellscape that Facebook is. Like
It's a safe haven.
I feel like I only like browsing your Facebook group and not just Facebook in general, because it's not just AI photos of Jesus made of shrimp or something. Like
What kind of Facebook timeline do you have?
dude, okay, the thing I keep getting on Facebook, and I have no idea why, but it's clearly it's like AI generated images of recipes with like 4 steps in the recipe that you would never cook. It'd be like cinnamon sugar hot dogs, and I'm like, no human in their right mind. Maybe those are good, but like they're recipes that a human would never actually cook. And Reaper, I am actually 3 days into a calorie deficit. I'm cooking ribeyes, so no pie for me.
Thanks for the invite, Jake.
I know. I'm trying to be,
And
it's
crowbar
Mustache
and
Jake's trying to get
cancel.
ripped. No. Also, Alex, you didn't name a Silver Age writer as your I guess it was current artist. Whatever. Everyone, thanks so much for watching. Where can they find you all? Go one at a time. Do your plug. Tell them where they can find you. And then we'll call it a day. So, Chris, where can they find you?
Yep, you can find me on the socials at Chris Balga. You can catch my show on Thursday nights at 9:10 Eastern Standard Time, Marvel Alliance, by searching for the Geekverse Podcast YouTube channel, or you can search just straight for the audio at Marvel Alliance. And then you catch me here every Saturday.
Heck yeah. And Jordan, where can they find you at?
Well,
No, your mic's not working.
Oh, no. Well,
It's okay. You can find Jordan on the sister YouTube channel, Brave Boys Beyond. You can find his beautiful work on Instagram on the Organic Price Books and Brave Boys Instagram. And you can see him on the Brave Boys Discord. And maybe he'll join Omnibuds Cafe today. He has a Facebook group. He never uses Facebook, but what do you give us a thumbs up? Are you going to join the Omnibuds Cafe today, Jordan?
hell yeah.
There we go.
I forget. Is there a quiz when you try to apply? Well, hopefully he passes the quiz.
There's a quiz. 3 questions.
What can I ask you guys? What's the funniest answer you've ever gotten to one of the questions on the quiz? Like, is there one that truly made you guys like chuckle?
We get like, I don't know, 20 to 30 new members per week. So we read a lot of them. None that really stand out.
Well, there was. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
There's one. It wasn't funny necessarily, but
Oh
it was
no!
wow, where this guy said he was new to comics. He didn't know anything. He never read a comic before, and he found a copy of Watchmen in the garbage, in some dumpster, and he read it, and he fell in love with comics since then. I thought that was a cool story,
Yeah.
and that
Also,
one
who's
Definitely
throwing? Was it
interesting.
like they threw a Watchmen single issue away, or was it like a trade paperback?
a trade.
Okay.
No, if it was a
Nice.
single issue, my God, but it was.
Yeah,
a
I
trade.
know. Oh my god. But that's wild. I feel like some mom, maybe it was Alex, did your parents catch you reading Watchmen and you weren't allowed to yet because you're 13 and they threw it away? Was that the origin? No. I couldn't imagine throwing Watchmen away. Now I want to know more about who threw that copy away. Like,
I don't remember the name. I think it was a comic.
oh,
shop.
maybe it was Grant Morrison. 'Cause
Yeah,
they
it was
hate
definitely Grant
Alan
Morrison.
Moore.
Always
We-
up to
we-
something.
We solved the case. Well, guys, check out the Omnibuds Cafe on Facebook and Instagram. And everyone, keep reading and stay brave.